What is up, guys? It is Fox Golfer 97 here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a different kind of video. It's not going to be gameplay, it's not going to be anything like that. But today I'm going to bring you a video about The Walking Dead, a show on AMC of which I am a huge fan. If you haven't, the show has been through 2 seasons already, and we're all waiting on the 3rd season. But if you haven't watched the entire 1st and 2nd season, I would go do that now, any way you can, because this video will have spoilers. So if you don't want me spoiling, all the big things that happened in the 1st and 2nd season, then go watch, and then come back, and it won't be as spoilish, if that's a word. Alright, but anyway, these predictions are, of course, going to be for Season 3, and what I think, personally, is going to happen. What characters are going to survive, where they're going to go, what's going to happen next. But, alright, so, with all the climactic events that happened in Season 2, to be honest, with some of the deaths that happened at the end of Season 2 with Dale and Shane, I honestly believe that those could have all been like the season finale in itself, because they were just like huge moments that I doubt anybody who watches The Walking Dead thought was going to happen. I mean, maybe Shane's death was foretold in a way, maybe, but Dale's death definitely was out of nowhere, and I'm sure it saddened all of us. But so Season 2, we know, well, at the end of Season 2, we know that Dale's gone, Shane's gone, and they're off the farm. The Herschel's land got completely overrun, and now they are, stranded on some kind of like road in the middle of the woods or something. And that's where Season 2 left off, with the big shot over a river of the prison that I am sure that they are going to find in the 3rd season. There's absolutely no question about that. But the question is, I don't know when when the writers are going to have the group find the prison, whether that be maybe the 1st episode, the 2nd episode. But I know for sure it's going to be somewhere. They're going to find the prison early on in the 3rd season. That's pretty much a given with, the shot they had of the prison at the end of the season finale. But the stuff that's going to happen in the prison is completely up in the air. A lot of people have different ideas. There's been a lot of stuff revealed about how it's going to be similar to the comic book in that respect. But a lot of stuff I know for sure is going to change, as the writers of the show want to keep it different from the comic book to keep it interesting. So I'm just going to be talking about things that I think are going to happen in the prison. So, whenever they find the prison, whether that be 1st, 2nd episode, somewhere around there, but whenever they find the prison, there's going to be another group there, I know for sure. That group is going to be led by someone named the Governor, who I'm guessing is going to be like a new antagonist in the show. I think he, I don't know exactly what he's going to do, since I haven't read the comic book, but I know that he's got a group. I know the Governor has a group that he kind of appointed himself leader of. I don't know who's in the group. It might be Randall's group. Randall's group could be somewhere else. Randall's group might not even be found in the entire rest of the show. I don't know. But the group that's going to be in the prison is going to be led by the Governor. I'm not sure what the group is going to consist of. But I think that the Governor and that group are going to pose a threat to our group when they move into the prison. I am not sure about what is going to happen between the two groups, but my prediction is that the group moves into the prison, and the two groups kind of coexist, maybe for a little bit with each other, depending on, if the Governor is played the same way as he is in the comic book, or is going to be different in the show. But I have a feeling that the two groups are going to maybe coexist for a short time, and then something's going to happen between them that's going to put a lot of hostility. Introduce a lot of hostility, and things are going to go down. I could foresee that. Or the group could just like completely shut out our group. They might not even let them into the prison, and there might be like a huge gunfight going on. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they'd write a a gunfight of a big group of 20, 30 guys against a group of 10, 11 people now, of which maybe 3 or 4, 5 know how to use guns. So this isn't a Call of Duty plot where you can take a group of 3 guys and single-handedly take down a base filled with enemies. This isn't like that. I know the writers are not going to make it like that, but it's going to be interesting to see what goes down between the two groups. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 9. Scratch that. Make that 9 since Dale and Shane died. Minus Andrea, so it's like 8 now. Unless I'm missing like Herschel, Beth, and Maggie. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens between the two groups. So, I'll be paying attention to that as Season 3 comes back and develops. Another thing I wanted to talk about was what's going to happen with Merle Dixon. In case you guys don't remember who he was the guy that was with the group way back in Season 1 in Atlanta, where he got in the fight with T-Dog, and Rick handcuffed him to a pipe on the roof of this giant building that they were all hiding in. And T-Dog eventually went up to go save him when they were leaving, but he dropped the key, so he had to leave him. And then they go back into the city to get the guns that Rick dropped and try to save him. But they go up and they find his hand cut off, and the handcuff still attached to the pipe. So I don't really know what hand it was. I think it was his right hand. Was it? It was either right or left. But so he cut his own hand off. I have no idea where he would be, because if you guys remember, it was showing him trying to escape, and all the zombies that were at the door that T-Dog had actually chained shut because he felt bad leaving him there, I guess. But he chained the door shut, and his Merle scene ended with a bunch of zombies at the door. So I don't know where it would be unless he somehow jumped off and survived. I don't know how that would work. But I think that his story is definitely going to be revealed in the 3rd season. I was watching The Talking Dead, which is the talk show that comes on after each episode, and Robert Kirkman asked a question that asked, will we see Merle, Morgan, or Dwayne, which are the 2 people that saved Rick, the father and son that saved Rick in the 1st episode, and got him all set up and stuff like that. And he said that there's a 100% chance that you will see 33% of those people. So there's a 100% chance that we're going to see one of the 3 characters, and it's most likely going to be Merle, because I don't see how they'd be able to bring back Morgan or Dwayne without each other. I don't really understand how they would do that. So it's most likely going to be Merle. He in the prison, he could be part of the governor's group. He could have been captured by that group, maybe. The that helicopter that flies over Atlanta. If you guys remember that, I predict that he might be in that helicopter. Because other than that, I would have absolutely no idea of how he got down from the building. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see when he comes back in season 3 how the writers will tell the story. Maybe they'll do like more. I don't know what the term for that is, but when they like show what happened in the like flashbacks of how Merle cut his hand off and escaped from the roof of the building. It'll really be interesting to see, but I know Merle's definitely going to be in season 3 somewhere in the prison, so we'll see how that turns out. Other than that, there's really not much I can tell from here. I mean, the governor's group and our group are definitely not going to coexist well for long, maybe for a short time when they move in, but they're not going to be friendly with each other for too long. So now what I wanted to talk about was the situation with Rick and Lori regarding the baby that's on the way, and like their little mini fight at the end of the season finale. I think that I really don't see what Lori's problem is. I mean, it's definitely going to be revealed what she thinks about the whole situation in season 3, but I don't understand why she would be so upset if she was the one that, like, I want to say, like, gave Shane that, like, glimpse of hope to get her back or something like that. In that one scene when he was building that thing on the big whatever tower. I don't really know what that was, but that's what eventually made him, pull the whole Randall escaped. He's got my gun thing. Rick, come with me so I can shoot you and kill you and take your wife and kid. So yeah, I think she kind of forced that to happen. So I don't understand what her problem is. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with her and Rick during season 3. And then the baby, I honestly have no idea what the writers are going to do with that. I'm pretty sure in the comic book it wound up being Shane's baby, but I don't know if they knew that. I don't know if either of them knew that or not. So it'll be interesting to see. The writers have a lot of room to do whatever they want with that. And so yeah. And finally, talking about character deaths that I believe are going to happen this season. I remember watching The Talking Dead once, and Glenn Mazzara was talking about how the script was majorly changed during season 2. Herschel was supposed to die in season 2, and Glenn was, not Glenn, Dale. I don't think they were actually going to kill Dale. Dale's actor, Jeffrey DeMunn, actually opted out of the show after Frank Darabont got fired, because the two were close friends. They've been together in many other films, many other great films at that. And so I don't know if they originally had planned to kill Dale off, but I'll try to find more about that for my next video. And so major character deaths, I believe, are going to happen this season. Let's see. I want to say Rick is not going to die this season because he's the main character, and killing off the main character is never a good thing. What else? Daryl is probably going to survive. Glenn is probably going to survive. If I had to say the people I believe are at the biggest risk of dying in this season are probably Beth, Herschel, and Carol, and Lori. I think that those four characters are at the biggest risk of dying right now. The only reason I don't say Maggie is because of the whole thing going on with her and Glenn. I think the writers would want to keep that going as kind of like a, cool little plot object, whatever they call it. I think that'd be good to keep. But Carol is kind of a character you can kill off any time now. I mean, like, she hasn't done much. She barely survived getting off the farm when Daryl saved her. Beth and Herschel. I mean, they already planned to kill Herschel in the second season, but they changed it. So, that could happen during the third season. Beth, honestly, isn't that big of a character right now either, so they could kill her off too. Who else? Lori, I think... to be honest, I think that Lori has a big chance of dying in Season 3. Now, if you guys know any other Walking Dead predictors, like Trev's Chan, if you guys know him, I think that's his name. I think there's more to it, but that's like the basic thing. But I watch him too, and I'm gonna try and make my predictions as original as possible. But he has some really great ideas as well. But I'm gonna agree with him on the fact that Lori has a big chance of dying in either Season 3 or maybe Season 4 if the writers choose to keep it like that. But I think that Lori's death could be the finale for Season 3. Maybe it could be something during Season 4 that writers could just throw out of nowhere. Keep that unpredictability factor in. But yeah, I think she's got a decent chance of dying during these seasons. I have no idea how the writers are going to do it, but I'm pretty sure that will happen. So, and then I think the last thing that I'm going to talk about now is the whole situation with Andrea and Michonne. Andrea and Michonne, I guess right now are in the woods somewhere, off the farm. I'm pretty sure there are still walkers coming after them because Andrea had a huge group coming after her. Michonne just decapitated the one that was trying to kill Andrea. But I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, Michonne could be part of another group. She might have no group at all. She could just be by herself. But who knows? Maybe Michonne could even be part of the governor's group in the prison. But I think it'll be really interesting to see how the writers will play that out. So I'm pretty sure Andrea and Michonne will survive for quite a long time on the show. But it'll be, as I said before, it'll be really, really interesting to see what the writers are going to do with that. To see if they'll bring Andrea and Michonne reunite with the rest of the group, and Michonne will join our group, or she could just go off on her own again. I don't know, but I guess the final thing I'm going to say here is that Season 3 is going to be a great season. I can already tell with all the things the writers can do to keep it, fresh, original, different from the comic book. The writers have so much, and it's going to be so awesome to see what they do with that. And I'm really excited for the third season, and I hope that you guys are as well. So, leave any questions or ideas that you want me to talk about The Walking Dead in my next video. And we will be patiently waiting for October. So, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. Leave any ideas you want for my next video, and I'll see you guys later.